Okay, so we're getting ready to start working on creating the slice, filling in one slice of the pie to create this dynamic mandala. So we have a couple of choices to start with. We have to decide which slice of the pie we want to actually fill in. You can choose to do a whole slice like this here, or to make the mandala a little more intricate, a little bit more detailed, you can choose just half of it, like here, this blue area right here. No matter which one you choose, you just have to stick with one and stay within the lines of whichever one you pick. Okay. And then you should have started putting your words onto your page, right? And typing your words onto your page. And what I'm going to show you now is how to start making your words look a little bit more interesting and how to transform them to make them look a little more creative and dynamic so that this mandala all together looks interesting to look at. So let's take the word creative here, for example. Maybe I want to arch or bend this word, and I'm going to do something called warping the text. If I look at the layers panel, creative sits on a layer that has a big capital T. That capital T means that the layer is a text layer. So I want to click on this layer so that I get a menu of options to pull up. And the way that I get this menu of options is I can right click using my mouse, double tap using the trackpad, or control click if I'm on an Apple computer. And I'm going to choose to rasterize the text. That's going to make it no longer a text layer, and instead it's going to become a layer that I can transform a little more easily, or I have some more options rather. So I'm going to go ahead and rasterize it. And nothing is really going to change. You're going to say, Miss D, nothing actually happened. Well, if we look at the layer itself, it no longer has this capital T like the word student does, right? It's just a regular layer now. If I have my transformation controls on with the little blue check, I can now click on one of the transformation handles in the corner of the word, and I should get new preferences up along the top. One of the preferences is going to be to warp the text. I can go in here and use a preset style for warp. That one's pretty cool, this flag. When I'm done, I can press the check, and then I can still move this text around with the move tool. I can still make it larger or rotate it slightly, super pixelated because I'm really zoomed in right now. Okay, and that looks pretty neat. I'm going to press the check when I'm finished. I could also, though, warp the text on my own. So I can click the corner again, the transformation handle that's in the corner, and press warp. And here I can customize this warp and do this on my own. So you can do whichever works for you. We just can't go over those lines. We have to stay in our slice. And again, it's super pixelated. I'm really zoomed in here. But that looks pretty cool. The next thing I want to show you is typing on a path. And this is something that's a little bit different for us. We're going to use a tool we haven't used before, but we have the pen tool on the left-hand side. So go ahead and find the pen tool. When you hover over it, it should say pen. And the pen tool makes lines based off of points. So we start with one point by clicking, and then we can make another point by clicking again. And now we have a line connecting those 2 points. Well, writing on a straight line isn't that interesting for us. We already know how to do that. But what we can do is curve this line. And we can curve it by clicking on a point. These are actually called anchor points. And dragging. And when we drag, we get these blue bars. And these blue bars are actually called handlebars. I can make them shorter to make the curve a little shallower. I can make them longer to make the curve a little bit deeper. I can twist them around. I can make the curve go down this way. So I can experiment with that. I can even make another point and continue the line over here. But maybe I just want to work with this one curve. So once I get the curve the way I like it, I'm not going to worry about the fact that there's red on the inside and it sort of looks like it made a shape. Look, it even is called a shape in my layers panel. I'm just worried about the edge, the line from edge to edge, from point to point. I'm now going to take the text tool and click on the, let me zoom in just a little. Take the text tool and I'm going to click on the anchor point itself and I can start typing. And when I do that, it types along this path. I could even add some spaces at the front like that. Or because this is text, I haven't rasterized it, I can change the size. I can still go in here and change the font. I want to pick something that maybe works for this shape. And when I'm done, I can press the check and I can hide the shape itself. So all I'm left with is the word. And I can still, I can still change the size of this word. I can still turn it just like I would any other layer. Go ahead and give this a try. I can't wait to see what you create.